Okay, so this should be the first YouTube video of my YouTube channel. And I'm going to be putting my cards on the table and just ranking musicals that I've watched. I'm going to warn you, some of these I actually haven't seen in person or I don't remember because I was too young. So if you get mad that I put them in the wrong tier, just don't blame me, okay? And if your favourite musical isn't on this tier list, then sucks to suck, I guess. Start liking some stuff that's more popular. Get in the bandwagon. First of all, Singing in the Rain. Now, this is going to be a strong start because I absolutely do not remember anything that happened in this musical. I know there were a couple of good moments. I know Singing in the Rain itself as a song, what an absolute banger and very relatable, to be honest. But I have to put this in S for suboptimal to begin with. I'm sorry, guys. And now Hairspray. I like this one because I went to see it with friends. But can I really give it that higher tier? I can't even lie, it wasn't even totally my scene, so the only thing better than Hairspray will be C and D tier, and we're putting it in B. Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors just has so much personality, to be honest. I don't know if that many musicals could honestly beat it. We're definitely not putting it in the top tier, because it's not quite there. But someday I do dream of playing the dentist, and other characters in there are pretty good as well, to be honest. So we're going to put this in C tier for climbing to the top. Now, Hamilton. I've listened to Hamilton an inordinate number of times, and I can rap songs from it just as well as the next person. But I think it's because of that I can't put Hamilton in the top tier. Which feels unfair. It feels like Hamilton's not really getting a fighting chance, but that's okay. You know what? We're just going to put it in high C tier. If I had an asterisk to put here, I would put high. Phantom of the Opera. This is an interesting one because I listened to this a while back, like when I was really young. So it's like weirdly nostalgic for me, which is not really something you want to be saying about Phantom of the Opera unless you're like old. But I think this one still deserves to be very high. There are going to be a lot of like seriously good musicals in this, highly acclaimed ones, that I don't know, I can't justify putting in D tier because they're just, kind of, I don't want to say generic, but everyone likes them and I've seen them to death. But Phantom of the Opera, because it is so special, we are going to put it in definitely best. And I'm sure if I saw it live, this wouldn't have even been a choice for me. Okay, now Les Miserables. This is another one which, you don't want to be saying you saw when you were young. I listened to the soundtrack when I was pretty young. So I think this one also has to go in C tier. It and Hamilton probably deserve to be in D tier, to be honest, but I am going to be merciful with the number of things I put in D tier. Okay, Addams Family. This is going to be the first one I'm biased towards because I have played a part in it. And to be honest, a very banger part. One of the best, you might say. Lurch. So I think this just has to go in D for definitely best. I'm sorry I'm so biased. I know I literally just put two probably better musicals. Although wait though, because I do actually have an opinion on the humour of the Addams Family musical, and that is that it's got its moments, but on the whole, being British, I can't really say I enjoyed it that much. And even the moments that weren't tailored to like an American audience, they just weren't that funny. Like, by the end of the musical, you're just like, yeah, okay. It's the Addams Family, we get it. Can you come up with something original for the musical, please? Does that bump it down all the way to B? From, like, my biased... You know what? We're gonna put it in A because A tier is lonely. It might not deserve to go in A though. Next, one of the musicals that you can't actually tell what it is from just the photo, is Be More Chill, and this is one of the ones I haven't seen live, and probably slightly nicher. You might not even know what it is, but Be More Chill is intensely, I don't want to say relatable, but I think everyone can relate to it in their own way, to be honest. And, you know, it's literally just a musical about a guy who needs to take a chill pill, quote unquote. And it's one of the best depictions of gamer brohood in the universe. So, just for that, we are going to put it with Hairspray in B tier. Matilda the musical. This one's interesting. I think it definitely overshot my standards for what I think it was going to achieve. Surprisingly funny, surprisingly good. I mean, when you see something like that, you're not really inclined to say, oh, this is going to be the best musical of all time, but you know what? It beat my low standards, and for that, it can go in better than most. And Greatest Showman. I'm not on the Greatest Showman hate or love train, but I can't say I enjoyed it that much. There was just something about it that just, I don't know, just didn't click with me like it might with most people. It's pretty good. I appreciate that the songs are good. I will say that. But I feel like I can't put it any higher than A for average. Yeah, I know. Which, you know, that's tough because I feel like it deserves to be higher, but I just don't appreciate it. I just don't appreciate it. Next, another musical I have played a part in, and that is Legally Blonde. This one definitely better than Adams. Also not quite my scene. I mean, it's very high energy, high paced. All of the people in there were just like definitions of theatre kids. But you know, again, the nostalgia does hit really hard. And it is a bit of a classic, definitely better than the Mean Girls counterpart of other just remakes of movies from that era. So we're going to put it in better than most with the rest of this riffraff. Heathers the musical. This is a difficult one. And I don't know whether I'm gonna... I think this has to go in C tier, to be honest. I think this is the definition of C tier. It's not definitely the best, because we're reserving that for some of the best things. And I don't want to put it low, like, in any degree. It's very funny. Just, there's not too much to say about this. It's just a good musical, to be honest. There's a reason it has, like, a cult following. Next, Chicago. I don't know too much about this one other than listening to the soundtrack a lot of times because I haven't actually been to see it in person. Sorry that I'm so biased with these, with the ones I haven't seen. But it does seem just like an overall vibe, to be honest. Like, it seems like the vibes are sustained throughout. I'd love to play a part in it someday. I don't think I ever will. And you know what? For that envy, we are just going to put it in better than most and not climbing to the top. Grease. Grease is a classic, but I've only watched the movie. I haven't seen the show, which is a weird thing to say because a lot of schools do them, but no. It just kind of just didn't happen, so... I have, like, one thing with the movie. They're just not likable people. Like, I wouldn't want to be friends with any of those guys. They seem fun enough, and it's, like, a wholesome movie, but, like, dang. I just don't get along with it, to be honest. And that's from the heart, so we're going to put it in average. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Another kind of interesting one. Another kind of a niche one as well. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Very funny. Very British. and you do gotta appreciate the multi-rolling in it as well. There are a couple of good songs, a fair few okay songs, and the musical itself, it seems, you know what, nice enough. It did try its best, to be fair. So we're going to put it... no, wait, I just gotta put it in average. I feel like that was leading up to a better than most, but no, let down at the last second. Into the Woods. Another of the first musicals I knew about, and this one is confusing, but so satisfying at the end. You get the confusion of being lost in the woods, and you get the relief of knowing that you're not going to be confused by this musical ever again, until you watch it again because you completely forgot what happens. Into the Woods has some of like the best songs, to be fair. Again, another musical that I love to play a part in. But you know what, just for the confusion, we're going to just put it in better than most. Showstopper. Now, this is something I exclusively know that not too many people will know about. But it's this musical where they completely improvise everything that happens. And my gosh, by the end of the interval, you have not seen a more drunk crowd. But all in all, very entertaining. It almost took a very weird route because of the suggestions from the audience. And, you know, I'm not going to give any more details on that. But, wow, just like talent, to be honest. And they even challenge themselves by saying they're going to say stuff at the same time and then trying to come up with stuff on the spot. It's just a whole scene. You have to be there, to be honest. And you have to be drunk, apparently. We're going to put this in better than most, though, because I don't think it quite qualifies for the esteemed C tier. Oliver. I played next to a chorus role in Oliver. It was just Charlie Bates. All I had to say was used handkerchiefs and then Be on My Merry Way. But I still come back to some of the songs from it. Like, it has no right to have such fire songs once you actually appreciate them. I mean, in the moment, they don't seem great, but coming back to it, those songs were nice. But I still just gotta put it in this now overcrowded-looking B tier, because that's just the average now, okay? We've made B tier the average tier. And Beetlejuice the Musical, the unfortunate pandemic one. I think this was a very entertaining one, and B tier is looking chock full. So the question is A or C, because so far we have a perfectly balanced tier list, and I don't know where this one needs to go. It has very good moments in it. Some of the songs are absolute bangers in all senses of the word. But at the same time, is it that much of a standout when compared to some of the other big names on this list? Like, would I put it with Hamilton and Les Mis? I don't think so, and the temptation to put it in B tier is there, but we just can't because it's too full. So, I guess it's gotta be A tier. I mean, I know I could sing Say My Name on repeat for 10 hours, but A tier it is. Okay, thank you for surviving through my first video, and I hope I offered some insight among the forest of bias that was just exploded upon you.